we're doing this IT live at IT Nation. Not live, because I'm going to record this and I'm going to clean the crap out of it. But we have some girl named Trammy from Bonahime.
Yeah. Just
introduce yourself, Trammy.
Yep, I'm Trammy Anderson, Chief Strategy Officer and UI UX Designer at Bonahime Security.
Cam, our resident winner and soon-to-be assassinated champion.
Looking forward to it, I guess. So I'm Cam Shrikant, everyone. I'm with Alert Ops. I head up our customer experience.
And then we have, as always, Skip Ziegler, co-host here.
Yeah.
So we've had a heck of a conference so far. So.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Thus, as you can see, the El Jefe. It's bigger than Trammy's head.
Yep.
I need water.
No, I'm with you, Skip. Water.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to alcohol.
Talking today.
Here's some hot sauce for you.
I'm not old enough to drink. I'll take your pick.
So, for those of you guys who've been around, like Trammy's been in the background for our Bonahime webcasts, and Cam, we need to have you on one of these days to do a full one. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we had our Pitch It Live 2 days ago now. It all kind of blends together. And Cam took away the win and a bunch of money he's going to buy a spear with.
There we go, yeah.
He bought around. They bought around last night.
A lot of
The rest of the checks.
Yeah. All drinks are on Cam for the rest of the day.
Oh my gosh, you know what? They're using the funds for the events, right?
Yeah.
That's what they said on their slides. We should be like, hey, like, can we join your booth? And then, so they pay for the event and we'll just share the booth space. What do you think? We'll do the pitcher crew. The pitcher crew. Yeah, we'll do events together.
I'm game. I am game.
Yeah.
Not only did Cam win $70,000, but Trammy, your team also won what?
We won Best Security Solution from ConnectWise.
So 2022's Best Security Solution. If you're looking for it, you needed that validation. We surprise, got a trophy today.
Yeah, ConnectWise can't be wrong, We got proof.
It was funny, like out of all the vendors here, like these little companies in Startup Valley are the ones that are just taking home the prizes.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. And what are the odds that the 3 Pitch It finalists all got awards?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
All of us.
Yeah, so there in the end, Alert Ops took the win on Pitch It, and you guys got the best security solution. But then I was really surprised. They came up, and I'm in the middle of the sales floor, full sales mode.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, come over here. You guys are winning an award." What award?
Yeah.
And so they're in mid-pitch, and I'm like holding up this trophy, and so we got what, Skip?
Yeah, so we got most innovative solution 2022.
Let's go.
So yeah, we got the trifecta of
Let's tell everyone why you guys got most innovative solution. Tell them about the unicorns. The unicorns. Well, that's why you guys have the unicorns.
All right. So I'm gonna go on the record here. Adam.
Oh, I heard
Here
the
we
story
go.
last night.
Adam was right.
Yeah.
So he started.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
How does that feel, Adam?
Yeah.
Quickly.
How does that feel?
Better than the award.
Well, let's move on. All right. So Adam had this great idea. We talk about this with our members and our podcast all the time. The unicorn. It's the person who has the combination of skills that can do the things that, modern progressive MSPs need to be doing. And Adam had this corny idea that we would take a unicorn and use an augmented reality app and animate it. And we put it on shirts. And I told him, no.
Even Zoltan knows.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so he messaged me on Slack and he was like, hey, what do you think? I'm having some team members that are questioning it. He's like, am I crazy or is this a good deal? Is this a good idea? And I'm a marketer, at heart. So I'm like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. You got unicorns and animated shit? Yes, let that shit fly. So he freaking went for it. And then he was like, well, do I do the unicorn in color? Or should I do black and white? I'm like, bruh, in color, rainbow, full blast.
Yeah.
And it's a big hit.
Well, and that's the thing, is it was a collaborative effort because it was a guy in the gym who said, hey, you need to look into this animated thing. I'm like, okay. So look into it. Trent was like, no, you got to make it better. Then my marketing company's like, no, we can do it this way. We're going to do a nice butch unicorn. 'Cause I originally wanted a My Little Pony with
Oh, yeah.
humanized
So-
IT.
I said badass unicorn.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm like,
yeah.
when I'm making a badass one.
At least
Thank
I
you.
won on that part. Because, yeah, they put those out. I'm like, no, we got to have a tough looking.
Badass. Thank you, Skip. I'm with you.
I mean, I'll tell you this. The first time I saw it actually move was about 3 drinks in, and at that point, I'm like, wait a minute.
The conference.
Wait, speaking of that, what happened with Cam and the Rhino? I missed it. What did I miss?
It's
crazy.
We're all tripping at that point.
Yeah.
All right. We're not talking about it then.
We'll talk about the rhino.
Yeah.
Now you guys have an inside secret. That's cute. That's cute.
So like the funny part of like everything is like we've been having a lot of fun, like just meeting new people and being awards. And you know, it's all because we work together on this. And I think it's one thing that should show everybody, like, don't do it alone. Don't be afraid to talk to people you're competing against for a fidget contest. You can make things better this way.
Yeah,
Because-
it's amazing.
To go back to the original question, why did we win Most Innovative Tech Award? The question is, was it because of the unicorn shirts? Because everybody kept stopping our booth like, okay, you guys are the unicorn people, right? How do I get a shirt? And so we got so many people coming by that would not have talked to us and all of a sudden signed up for a demo because like, oh, I didn't know what you were.
I needed that. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
We turn account managers into unicorns. Oh, really? How do you do that? And then move into sales pitch mode. And, what does a unicorn have to do with technology? It's awesome. But
Yes.
that's the gimmick, like, And, the lightsabers last night, we were walking down the hall and people were like, oh, you got lightsabers. We started giving people lightsabers, like I gave them my lightsabers from one eye and you guys gave me your lightsabers. And all of a sudden they started like fighting and goofing off in the hallway.
Oh my gosh, I've got some great videos. I can't wait to post about them.
Oh man, they'll be on your LinkedIn channel, I'm hoping.
Oh yeah, all the good stuff's gonna be on our LinkedIn for sure.
Good stuff.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
Yeah. Well, we posted one of us sorting
Assaulting me.
assaulting Cam. How we got? I posted that on LinkedIn.
I still admit, like, the look in your eye was a little too serious. If you're trying to stab Cam.
Okay, so I mean, I do practice that. I don't know what it's called. My husband's gonna kill me, but it's where you slice. You chop limbs off with like one slice with a Japanese sword.
Oh, yes.
So we do that with bamboo mats. We roll them
Glad you
up.
said bamboo.
Yeah, and it's all about just in one swoop. You just like chop something off, like a nice clean slice. So it's meant to kill in one shot. That's the beauty of Japanese, tactics.
Pseudo strike.
Yes. So yeah, I've been taking classes for that. So yeah.
It's like, just holding it down like, oh man, Cam's dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a brief period of time where I genuinely thought I was
Yeah.
being assaulted.
I think it's because you don't expect it from like a tiny Asian to
I
attack.
do.
I totally expect.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
One of my favorite bosses was a Vietnamese guy, and I totally would expect him to jump over the wall and just take me down if I did something wrong. So, shout out to Min Tran.
There's a song about him.
Oh, there is?
There is.
Oh, man.
It's by like Gob or something. It's an old early '90s band.
I'll have to find that.
It's literally a song about someone named Ming Tran and how he just just kicks ass.
It's like a boy named Sue.
I'll have to find it. I'll slack it to you.
So,
Yeah.
Cam, what's been your favorite experience of the whole conference so far?
Honestly, it's just been a blur. I came in nervous as hell, and then afterwards, even at the booth, just one thing after another. But the easiest part was, it started with Adam, right? I was just standing around doing absolutely nothing and hoping people would come to the booth. But the second that Adam had some foot traffic, right? He was co-promoting other people just in the vicinity too. So we started doing that as well. And I think that being able to transition people over from one place to another, but also have a conversation that seems continuous, right? That was awesome. I think that collaboration was critical.
Well, that's something that we talk about pretty often, especially what we do at Humanize IT. But you need a team of people to do this.
Yeah.
But we keep talking about, if you try to put all of these objectives, all these goals on one person's shoulders, you're really not going to get anywhere. very far.
Yeah.
So you got to leverage your team, but you also need to step back and realize your team is probably bigger than what you expect. Your team may be, in some aspects, your competitors, or at least people that are associated with you. One of the other things that I saw was really cool. So, the event here is all MSPs, but these guys in some aspects are really partners with each other. And so someone would stop by the booth and they would hear what we had to say and be great. And the next day, they're bringing one of their buddies over going, you need to talk to this guy. You need to talk to this guy. I'm like, really, these guys are doing all this work for us because we do have this collaborative.
Because they want the shirt.
But when you build up these walls and you say, hey, this is my space and I'm going to defend this area, so hard and richly, you're really not helping yourself out.
I mean, I honestly think that because we're all in it to help MSPs genuinely trying to solve a problem, I think that makes it a lot easier for someone to advocate for, right? And like I've seen that, like you guys are just like, you've got solutions to solve an actual need, and they see that, and they want to help.
And we also had a great. We also had a great. Lost my track. My train thought the avocados came over.
You can edit this, right?
Oh yeah, I can throw it out there. It's hard for organics, but I didn't know if she's gonna make the salsa at the table.
Oh,
I think they do. Yeah. Should we do it? Yeah. We should get that too. Yeah.
So it's over here.
It's over here. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. We're doing a podcast, so you're gonna be recorded doing this.
Okay. You're gonna be on camera. It's okay.
All right.
All right. We got permission.
We're good.
Yeah.
Who knows? Smooth job.
Because of tequila. So they make the salsa at your table, so we're all very hungry and excited here. But yeah, like the narrative about this, like working together. We met some like the two guys.
Yeah.
Like we had a blast with those guys.
Yeah,
it's like that little zone there became.
Emilio, if Emilio's listening and watching, love you, Emilio.
Thanks for letting me borrow your key.
Thanks for the high chews. Thanks for the hugs.
Yeah, if you ever need to figure out for stuck tickets, if you're working with alert ops, you have too many tickets and things are going and the engineers aren't working them, tier 2, right?
Absolutely.
So you get them to the right place. Now the engineers need to work a ticket. Where are they working it? Tier 2. So these are great things that we just learn from people. We learn how it's just going to flow and how we're going to work together. So it was just fun though.
It was a lot of fun. We were nerding out, planning the workshop.
Oh yeah.
The pre-day workshop. It was a lot of fun.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, and the pre-day workshop was again. I mean, I can't tell you how many people that I had come up and go, "Hey, I was at your workshop, and my buddy here, I told him all about it." So we had great attendance at the workshop.
Yeah, it was a packed room.
But we got way more engagement with people.
Yeah.
Than just
because we.
attendees of that workshop.
Yeah, and it's because I think we all work together. It was just like a bigger impact. Because we're not big companies. We're still growing. So it's nice that we kind of all got together and get out with a big bang, and everyone's gets to learn 3 new things.
And I think that one of the conversations that I thought was very interesting was one I was having with Callan, one of our coaches, and he was saying
the best coach.
Callan's awesome.
I don't know if I could say that Callan is awesome, but Team Jameson. But we were talking, and he was saying space is too small for enemies, right? The more collaboration we have between tools, especially ones that aren't competing, the better we're going to provide, as well as more successful we're going to be.
Yeah.
Well, I think even those spaces where there may be a little bit of overlap.
Yeah.
The realization that you're not going to be everything to all people is true. And so when you can collaborate and work together with people, then
we got to get Elizabeth in here. Elizabeth. Tom, you're live on his podcast. You're on the podcast.
The Elizabeth Copland and me, Tom from Mars. Right?
Hello.
We need to start doing more cross-pollination here. So bringing in some celebrities here.
We'll share a seat.
We're going to see how this Yeti picks up everybody. So I'm going to bring you up here.
I was like, hey, give it to me next. Bring the food over.
Yeah.
You're the one who taught me to use Zencaster. You know, are you the one who use Zencaster?
I don't use Zencaster. I use StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
But I think I looked at Zencaster. I already mentioned it. That's one of the ones.
She doesn't multi-stream yet. So,
Yeah.
Well, what's your guys' best part of the conference?
Meeting each other in person.
Absolutely. 100%. We're going to do the rap battle next year
And
together.
meeting Tom. You know? Here's Tom in here. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
there we go. Tom Lawrence.
Yeah.
Tom Lawrence. Oh my goodness. In the flesh. The Tom Lawrence. He's real.
He is real.
Because I've been watching your posts and stuff on LinkedIn for like a year. Yeah, and it's like, you know, pandemic, COVID, it's just getting to know people. Everyone got more active on social. And then meeting them in person, it's just like, wow, you
Yeah.
exist.
I've got to say, Tom, I told this to 3 different people. And they're like, I mean, this isn't my favorite part of this conference, but it's a favorite part. I think they say don't meet your heroes, but you've surpassed what I thought you would be.
Yeah, I'm with Elizabeth there. Yeah.
Every conversation I've had with you, I've enjoyed everything. you've
Always
talked about.
helpful. You're always so helpful.
Consistently fantastic.
Always willing
Yeah.
to share knowledge. Like,
Always just give.
always just give. I love that. That's why we love Tom Lawrence.
That's why I love you guys. You guys are all really good like that.
Yeah.
I took an improv class for like business speaking theater like a couple years ago, and it's always about yes and. And it's like always build up the person you're with, make them the hero of the story, and you always have better conversations that way.
Yes.
And so instead of saying I, say, you know, you're awesome, you've done the great things, you know, I love being in your show. And that's how you have genuine connections. So you're helping these people. We all have enough people telling us we can't do it, and enough failures as entrepreneurs that it's good to hear people say like, hey, yes, you can do this. You got this. You're great. So it was a great class. I loved it. It was this lady from Second City, Gina Tamarco. I've heard on a podcast before about like just having better conversations and being more relational. Don't attack so much. Don't say but. Say and. And it was a great conversation. So, what was your favorite part of your conference so far?
Oh, I'm biased because I like Huntress, but the Huntress talk that Kyle gave about the broken status of the industry and security,
Yeah.
and some of the hacks that happened, kind of a year in review. It's fun. It's nice because you're pulling it off. It looks bleak in some ways, but the big picture is it's how we move forward. We have transparency. We talk about some of the biggest hacks that happened. We realize and we'll admit there's not a vendor that has a solution for all these right now. But at least we're aware of them, we're documenting them, and that's how we come together as a community to go forward. So
I missed that. I missed some of many of the breakout sessions because I didn't know what time it was. Like, I'm like, like right now, what time is it? I don't know. It's 3.
Somewhere
I don't even
between
know
1
what
and
day
5.
it is. Is it the weekend? Is it the weekend?
Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah. So we're just in that limbo. Trying to figure out where I am today, but yeah, I wish I could have made some more breakouts. I saw some really great leadership ones.
Yeah.
Huntress one looked fantastic, and I wasn't able to make it to a single breakout session this whole time because when we weren't like actually talking to people in the exhibition hall, we were trying to recover our voices and tried to like sit down for 2 seconds and let our knees and backs have a break, and then we stood back up and went back at it again. So
Long days.
who haven't I talked to? Kirby, the best part of the conference.
I think it's just meeting everybody that I usually like check out on LinkedIn. Yeah, like Tom Lawrence.
Bye, Tom.
I will catch up with you later. I'll be here at the party.
Yeah, we'll see you. Awesome.
Bye,
See you.
And Tom.
Best part was continue.
Yeah, the best part of the conference
Yo.
is definitely just meeting everyone in person. Because I felt like for the last, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months, like we've just kind of been in each other's lives, and it's just great to like meet all you guys in person and get to know like the real you and really get to understand like the company, like why you do what you do, what drives your business, and why you're so passionate about it. We're all about passionate people, and I love connecting with that, like entrepreneurs and founders that has that passion, because it's hard. It's a hard journey, right? Lots of sweat equity, lots of emotions, lots of like roller coasters. So it's you gotta love what you do. That's what prevents you from giving up when it gets hard.
Yeah, knowing you're not alone.
Knowing you're not alone.
I think I said
Yeah,
that my interviews recently. It's like the best part of pitching was finding out that I'm not alone.
that is the best
We're
part.
not the
Yeah.
only company sitting here trying to figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
There are others that are trying to hack the same space and trying to figure out how to get into it. So
And then being a part of the community, you know, and like people are genuinely trying to help. I see a lot of, you know, bigger companies that, you know, try to see if there's any like synergy, ways that they can help, you know, some of the smaller companies, and having that network and that opportunity to let them know we exist. I think that's great for startups that are trying to grow and scale.
yeah, I mean, I think it's the big problem is like when you're starting, who do you talk to? Especially in the tech industry. Like I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska. There's a fair amount of tech in Lincoln, Nebraska. There's some really great tech startups, but we are so isolated from each other. So when you do a tech startup, it's like you're in this virtual community of people, and no one wants to give away their secrets. There's also a garden, and it was great to find a group of people that were like, yes, and like, hey, let me help you with that unicorn T-shirt idea. Hey, let me help you make your presentation better. Let's talk about like what we're gonna do to like get that edge in our speech, and like that is the advantage of having a community because you make things better. Like that, I was just telling my kids about this the other day. Like there's a weird effect in social dynamics where if you have one person working on a job, they do one amount of work, one unit of work. If you have two people working on a job and they work together, they do more than two. And so every time if they cooperate, they become more than two. And we like that. I'm trying not to say the buzzword, but synergy.
No.
I feel like you guys should drink.
No. You know, speaking
But anyways, but it is true though. Like,
Yeah.
so we'll get to the East booth. Like, by all intents and purposes, I'm sure that the Startup Valley, the corner we were in, was kind of a blind spot.
Oh my gosh,
But
yeah.
because we work together, I mean, we processed over 200 leads ourselves.
Yeah.
Just people like you were in a blind spot. And then we started pushing people towards tier 2. We started pushing people towards Spotify. And then like you guys did the same thing. Get them through that corner.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh my gosh, there's some really cool solutions down here. Like, I need to be down here more often. So put another group of that. Like there was that one lady next to us. I still don't know what the name of the company was. I don't think you talked to us one time. And we're like, you know, you guys are doing the fun, man. You guys are doing the fun.
I was talking with they do Carrie Richardson is the name that I'm trying to say. They do consulting, and one of the things that she said is like you can tell someone the secret, but you can steal someone's secret, but you can't steal the execution. And I think that it's so interesting in a lot of the corners of the MSP industry, a lot of corners of the tech industry, people are like, I can't tell them the secret sauce, but like the industry's so big and there's no two MSPs that are the same.
Yeah.
You have to just keep pushing and sharing that secret
Yeah.
sauce because
We were talking
whoever
about that.
implements it is going to implement it differently.
Differently.
And it doesn't matter. It's your own personal
Do
flavor.
you actually want to
Yeah.
make change, or do you just want to make money?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
yes.
kind of what humanized it. One of Skip and I say is that we actually want to change this narrative. We actually want to change how people are doing this.
Yeah.
And so, can people know our secrets? Like, what's your secret sauce? Like, we talk to people.
Ow.
Stop.
That's hard.
Stop. Stop automating.
It's
your-
hard.
Stop automating your human conversations.
Yeah.
Start getting in front of them and actually talking to them like they're a person instead of checkbook. If you do that, you're fine. And I want more people to do that. And we have the number of competitors out there, and they're doing a great job. They're solving a problem in a different way. But if they start doing what we're doing, like, hey, have a better conversation, I consider that a win. There's enough space out there that we all can have a piece of. If we can change it for the better,
Yeah.
working together, then we can actually facilitate actual change. If we all sit here and we sit in our silos and we don't talk to each other, and we don't yes and each other,
Yeah.
then we're going to be the same way we were the last 10 years.
And it works, you know, we've been talking a lot in the vendor sort of space now, but, you know, when you get down with your customers, doing the same thing. And I was talking to, you know, the attendees here and telling them about how we do things. And I tell them, look, we want to be a partner with you. All right. And we've got a platform, we've got software with all this content, but we're not just going to dump it on you and say, okay, we've got a chat bot you can, engage with if you have any problems. No, we're going to walk with you through this journey. And that's a methodology, kind of ethos of how we're doing things. And we do it that way because we feel you should be doing it with your customers too. So we empower you to do this, and then you turn around and you start working with your customers, and you're going to learn things, you're going to build partnerships, and when you do that, we all succeed sort of methodology, you really do all succeed. And it builds you up, it can prop you up in some weak spots, and there's going to be inevitable problems and issues that come up, and having all those resources around you will help you get through those hard times.
Definitely.
Because if not, you put it all on yourself, it's all on you. And
That's so
if it goes
true.
bad, it's all going to go bad.
Yeah, and given that we're going into a recession next year, if we don't start cooperating, we can see the people who are not working together, they're just going to fall apart.
Yeah.
The cultures are going to have issues. But it's all about having the right conversations with the right people. And that's, even though they're also here being quiet, that's the core of what you guys are doing is you're getting the right conversation to the right people. You're automating that so that now it gets to the right person at the right time rather than just spewing everything everywhere. And I like that. I like that ability to work well and efficiently in a way that makes everybody happy.
Yeah, and I think to your point, right? That collaboration is.
Those things are insane.
Oh, they're ginormous.
Yeah.
But that collaboration is critical, and I think that more than any other tech industry, any other industry as a whole, the MSPs themselves do it the best. I was at my first very localized peer group a few months ago, and the fact that people were very genuine about, hey, I'm having this problem, and you're in the same 300-mile radius. You're probably competitors in some capacity or another, but still having an open and honest conversation to facilitate some level of insight or pass that along and build that community, I think is critical.
Absolutely.
A big part of this conference for me, is actually talking to people in person.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I'm saying in the back.
I already took credit for that. You gotta find another one.
Yes, and I agree with Trammy that having the conversations in person has been great because there's something about being in the same room, picking up on social cues, and being able to see how people interact with others. If you ever watch me at the bars and stuff at night, I'm always looking around to see how the social bubbles are forming and where they're moving. And I love what I call flower picking. I find that one person sitting on their phone by themselves.
I already picked this flower. She's mine.
And I go and I find them and I start a conversation with them. Because sometimes people here at conferences, they aren't here with anybody from their MSP. They're used to being alone. You sit down with them and have a conversation. And sometimes they go, who's this creepy guy? And sometimes they go, hey, let's talk. And you get some great conversations. You can't do that in online. It's so much better when you're in these rooms and you can read what's going on and just feel that energy, build genuine connections with people. So I'm going to yes and Trammy and say yes. I love doing it.
I think.
Anybody like anything?
I think we're good, yeah.
Skip, what do you got for your best part? Your last one. I've already got you, right?
I think I just talked about Tom Lawrence, which I'm really happy with.
Yeah, no.
Your best part was
We gotta talk about Elizabeth. She is all about community building. She has helped me connected with a lot of people. She was there for me when I was nervous about my pitch. She talked to me the Friday before, this week. And she was like, you're gonna do great. She gave me a pep talk. She helped calm my nerves. It's so important to have that kind of friendship in this community. And so she's all about community building. So I definitely want her to give her perspective on that aspect and how she built all these communities. They don't do Facebook.
Don't
tell them what they're missing out on by not being a part. She is big on the online MSP community.
So, do you want me to start talking now? I don't want to steal your thunder, dude.
No, I think I've already gone.
Oh, okay.
So we're good.
So, I met you guys when I was with Tier 2 Technologies, and we literally got our start on Reddit, our MSP. And, we're talking about online communities and that there's some things that you can't replace. But there's a huge community of, literally people just go there and ask questions, and people just freely answer. Sometimes they're terrible answers. Sometimes they're really, really great answers. Same thing with there's a Slack community, now Discord as well, called MSP Geek. They've actually got a conference coming up in May where like it started as Lab Tech Geek, where like literally they're like building automations and they're sharing that type of stuff. There's information, regardless if it's about hiring or automations or how to get set up and what PSA, which don't go to those communities and ask that. Just look at, just search. But like those types of communities, those are there and they're readily there in a myriad of ways that people want to connect in all the ways that you want to connect. And sometimes you just have to ask.
And how do you think like Alert Ops and Humanize It, like how do you think they can be a part of that community?
Yeah, well, I mean,
what's the best way for them to get in there?
The barrier to entry is very, very low. And honestly, these communities, like I was trying to lead with, are very, very giving. They're very, very generous. They're very, very eager, not to just ask questions, but to answer questions. These people are geniuses, keyboard warriors in the best ways. And I think it's really important to be able to be in there and to be present and to answer questions about MSP. You have a lot of experience already in the MSP world. You've got starters that just need help. They just want direction.
You know the rule to how to you got to answer in an MSP or in a geek forum.
Be wrong.
Ask a question and answer it wrong.
That's a great strategy.
You will have more answers in the next 5 minutes.
Does automated pen testing work? No, it's impossible. I've done my post.
It can't be done.
It can't be done.
Well, and then you'll have a bunch of people going.
And
I love online community.
Well, and I think that the thing there is, they're very, very protective. They don't want vendors just coming in and vending, selling. They want, what is the word for a vendor? They don't want people just coming in and selling. They want people coming in and adding to the community. And that's, MSP Geek, literally their like tagline is a rising tide raises all boats. And those boats being these individual MSPs, these small to medium-sized groups that are trying to do their best for our small and medium-sized businesses.
Yeah.
How are we contributing to those areas, those communities in ways that actually bring value and education and experience that can help tie us all together?
Yeah.
I love communities. I've always been a part of communities, but it wasn't until recently when John started inviting me. I didn't know where they were.
Right.
I couldn't find the niches.
You found the Facebook one. You're the one that told me about Facebook. Then I told Cam.
If you get me into a online community, I'm super involved, and I don't like to sell. I love to answer questions.
You guys are natural at community building.
It's fun to me to like help other people.
Totally.
So I used to be in a group called Spiceworks, and I was one of the top.
I can see that.
I was like the top one. Like there was like Scott Allen Miller was like number 1, and I was like number 2. And for answering questions, and we started getting like these mysticisms around us, and it was really fun. And so I missed that. When I went to the corporate world, I kind of got out of a lot of that. And then now Sean's got me in a couple of these groups, and I'm like, I need to get an MSP gig, but I'm in the Slack channel, and it's always quiet. Like,
I'm scared. Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm in there. I said hi. Thanks to Elizabeth.
Hi probably got some good responses.
She's like, hey guys, it's Jeremy. And then they were super friendly. She invited me to the viewing party for the second round of pitches. So I got to kind of hear their feedback, and yeah, thanks. I'm telling you, she's been helping me out.
It's awesome.
We're all about connections. It's all about the space in between.
Yes,
us.
yeah.
I think it's a great way, like concluding the podcast. It is all about connections. The space between us and closing those gaps.
Absolutely.
And conferences like this are great. We're gonna try to go to ASCII.
Yeah, us too.
Trying to hit several of those. You guys want to ask any?
Yes, sir.
I think we should link up. If we're going to be at the same event, we should definitely try to see if we can get booths close to each other.
Absolutely.
We should try to help each other in a way that augments all of our strategies.
It would be really cool if like the whole Pitch It team would be at like various events
Or you
next
just
year.
scroll through the next
And it could be kind of like, like a band, it's like, hey, we're being up this town together.
It's gonna be there. I'm totally
Yeah.
become famous.
That's what I'm saying. And then we can do like a recap video at the end of it, It's like Pitch It crew in Miami, Pitch It crew in Atlanta.
We're gonna start taking over corners of conferences.
I do want to add, we're talking about like community as adding things, but like literally what you guys just did there is a really beautiful representation of community. Sometimes it's just showing up. Sometimes it's just saying, you're somewhere, I'm going to be there with you. I'm going to be there to support you. Or you're going through this thing, I've been there, it sucks. Or I haven't been there, but I feel that with you. And so I think a lot of times as technical people, we're like, I'm going to fix your problem. And sometimes they just need someone to say,
I hear you.
I hear you.
I'm here with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're not alone.
I think you guys are so rad.
I'm here. Like, after I got done with my pitch, I found Cam at the back, and I just sat there and drank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched Trey and Alton up on stage. I'm just like chugging my beer back. Like,
Okay, so were you guys shocked that we both decided to do like a dual
I
presentation?
was like,
yeah.
nervous for you guys. We're like, how are they gonna pull this off?
But they killed
That was
it.
I
awesome.
can barely handle myself.
And that perfectly timed ending too. That was awesome.
We had to practice saying that same line together.
I was like, you guys were gone like half the day that day for like the workshop. So I'm like, I know where they are.
We were
Trey's
practicing.
out there beating on all. No,
Get your shit together. Get your shit together. Don't fuck up.
like out on the ground in tears,
Yes.
like rocking back and forth.
Please.
So, I mean, this has been great. I really appreciate you guys coming off the podcast today. We should do this like maybe this makes a regular one whenever we're at a.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Conference.
We can all
Let's do it.
hop
I'll bring
online.
the
Yes.
equipment and we can do a podcast and just rock it. And well, I hope to have fun tonight at the 80s party.
Yes,
I'm really
yes.
interested, like, since Tramy likes to dress up, what she's going to go as tonight.
Oh.
I said I need some Aquanet so I can go as like fucking single.
Wow.
I'm gonna pitch one.
We got a group costume.
I also want to see how many people are going to be wearing my shirt tonight.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. It was great talking to you. all.
Awesome.
Let's
All
continue
right.
to bring about our guac here.
Pitch It Crew 2022.
2022.
There we go.
Pitch It winners.
And
Way to go.
Elizabeth.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Woo.